So welcome to Flick Flop, where three cinema lovers cast their eyes over a feature film, a well-known feature film, and decide if it's a must-see movie or a total dud. Now, we've been away for a while, but we're back for a Christmas special. Look who's here, Gail Porter and Sean Vickers. Woo! Are we feeling festive, guys? Gail, are we feeling festive?
Well, I was until you made me watch this film.
No spoilers.
Sorry.
Sean, have you been warming your chestnuts on the open fire?
My chestnuts are fine. You mind your own business.
So we're talking Falling for Christmas, which you might have seen already because it's been on Netflix for a few weeks. I think it was the end of November it went up. It's written by Jeff Bonnet and Ron Oliver, and it's directed by Janine Damian. It stars Lindsay Lohan from Mean Girls on Freaky Friday. It stars Chord, Overstreet from Glee. I knew nothing of him either. I'm not a Glee fan. Are you guys into Glee?
I've never seen Glee.
I have seen some Glee, but I've never seen Chord. What's his name?
Chord Overstreet. It's a great name, isn't it?
Chord Overstreet. I've never seen him or his fancy name before.
Chord Overstreet. So this is Lindsay Lohan's first major film role for, I think, about a decade, which I've got to say, positive point first of all, because I'm so glad she's back, because she's been through some troubles, bless her. She's been through addiction problems, and I was going to say financial problems. I don't think she's had financial problems, but obviously she's lost a lot of work, so I guess she maybe has had financial problems. But I'm really glad to see that she's doing something major. Like, I know it's only on Netflix, but apparently it's been a big hit. I think it was their most watched film over the last month or so. So, hurrah.
Hurrah.
Well, that's very nice of you. Very
very thoughtful. So where do we start? Sean, do you want to give us a plot details, synopsis?
A plot. Don't make me laugh. It follows the story of Sierra Belmont, who is the kind of rich, spoiled daughter of the Belmont Empire, Hotel Empire. She's a real brat. She's dating Chord Overstreet. No, she's not playing.
She's not initially though, is she? She has a fiance.
That's the biggest spoiler today, isn't it? No, she's dating Tad Fairchild, who's this other real spoiled brat. And ultimately, what happens is they're swishing around in this gorgeous kind of like Whistler style ski resort, and they find themselves at the top of this big piece. There's a gush of wind. Sierra Belmont falls backwards down a hill, bangs her head, and loses her memory. And that's where the fun begins.
It's not been done before, has it?
Never heard this plot line before.
And just as they passed the sign that said, "Do not go up this path, extreme danger," which was covered in snow, then they go past it and it just all blows off, the snow flows off. They just missed knowing,
Oh my God, that CGI was something else, wasn't it?
What do you mean, Phil? There was no CGI in this film.
The CGI missed when they're breathing and they're talking, and you just see you have to suspend disbelief, I guess, because it's like one of those Hallmark Christmas movies, isn't it? It's got that feel about it. But yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, I kind of enjoy films like that.
I took my daughter to one of the Disney places, and I've got a picture of her on E.T.'s bike flying, and it was actually better than the CGI that they used on that film.
Should we guess the budget? I mean, I did look it up and I couldn't find how much they spent
should we
on
guess
this.
The budget? I don't know. Let's play a guess the budget. Gail, what do you think the budget?
I bet they spent loads on it.
Well, I'm guessing all the budget went on her because she's not cheap, Lindsay Lohan.
I'm going to say it's Netflix, right? I'm going to say 15 million.
I was going to say 10.
Do you know, I don't know how much it costs. I'm sorry to let you down, guys, but I will do my research. Maybe I can put it on the screen when this video's edited.
I'm going to go onto the internet.
It kind of looks good in a glossy, kind of fake way. There's no budget.
It does look like you're watching Channel 5 on an afternoon. You know those things, those movies that come on at about 2 o'clock.
Although, Gail, I will say the script was quite Channel 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the script is quite basic, isn't it? And everything sounds dubbed. Did you notice that? It's like they'd re-recorded the vocals. So...
Yeah, it was really odd. It just wasn't funny. And I was trying to think, are they trying to do a parody and it's just not working. It doesn't seem to fit into any sort of genre because it wasn't funny and it wasn't clever enough to try and pretend it was being ironic. It was just, what?
Can I be the first person to say this? I preferred Overboard with Goldie Hawn.
It's very similar, isn't it?
It's basically Overboard with Goldie Hawn on a winter resort with Lindsay Lohan. And I love Overboard. I think it's absolutely brilliant because like Goldie Hawn plays that absolute diva. She's on the big yacht, she's got the big red hat, falls overboard, Kurt Russell rescues her, she lives in the shack, gets the memory back, and then she's kind of like rounded, like all those years of good living just somehow wash over her and she becomes a nice person. And I was watching it going, surely it's just Overboard.
Okay, well, if you're comparing the two, I think Falling for Christmas has positive points, plus points, compared to Overboard, because Lindsay Lohan's got that stunning pink ski suit combo with a matching lippy.
That was very nice, yeah.
I wanted it.
Nice. Yeah, I can't take that away. That's a really valid point.
But the fiance, I just couldn't get my head around the whole fiance thing. I mean, it was so, his acting was just, what on earth? I couldn't cope with it at all. I told you, I kept having to go and make tea because I couldn't cope with it all at once.
You sent me that message saying I had to have a break. I had to stop it and come back to it. It was that bad.
And I was actually thinking, I actually stopped doing my tax returns to watch the film. And I was thinking, I just want to get back to the tax returns.
I've just thought of another comedy moment.
Which one?
Lindsay Lohan struggling to put the bed sheets on.
Oh, yeah.
Where she does that. She sits inside and does that.
That was a whole comedy. That was like a whole skit. Took ages and it was all so funny.
And rich girls can't flip pancakes, apparently. Not
unless they've got amnesia.
Unless they get amnesia and then suddenly everything falls into place. Bed making, cooking. So she surprisingly remembered quite a lot of things really quickly.
Did you notice there were quite a few lookalikes? There was a Dan Wootton lookalike, and there was also a Ken Barlow lookalike. He was the father of Lindsay Lohan's character. He looked like Ken Barlow.
He did look like Ken Barlow. And then, there's so many things I want to say, but I'm worried I'm going to give it all away. Not that you'd really care, anybody.
Go on, Gail. Give it all away.
Go on, Gail.
It was just like things like, when she's got the whole entourage going into her bedroom and all they have to do is look after her and they're feeding her and drinking her and she's drinking, giving her champagne, but she's not having to hold the glass. They're doing all this. And then it's their only job to look after them. So, of course, you're watching it and going, well, of course, she's going to go missing. And then suddenly they go into the room and they go, where is she? And then there's a note saying she's gone away and everyone's panicking and Ken Barlow's going, all you had to do was look after my daughter.
You know that his character's called Beauregard Belmont. Ken Barlow. Beauregard.
Beauregard Barlow.
Beauregard Barlow Belmont.
What the thing I found really funny is because they're going to bump into each other again. And then she's supposed to be this daughter of a multi-millionaire hotel owner, and she's bumped her head, and it was like, who is she? Who is this woman? You just Google it. It's like a photo. Google it. Put it on the internet. Someone will go, well, that's a dad that owns that really rich place. But no, she turned into a daisy maiden in a tiny little place I learned how to make a bed. I can make a pancake.
You're right, because what should have happened is when Jake Overstreet, Aubergine, when he sees her in the red dress, he should have gone, oh, wait a minute, you're the rich woman in the red dress that I spilled a latte on. But he doesn't.
No. What did they end up calling her? I've forgotten.
Sarah.
Sarah, and her real name was
Sierra.
Wait a minute. I think, yes, Sierra. It sounds like Sarah.
I was thinking throughout the film, my God, Lindsay Lohan looks amazing. She looks really good, great skin, her hair, makeup looks great, she looks really youthful. And I looked online today to find her age, and she's only 36. How did that happen? All this time, I thought she was a lot older. I suppose she was a child star, so she was really young when she started, but she does look amazing in this film.
No, she looks lovely. She's got
Sorry,
really
I'm
nice
just trying to grab hold of some posts.
There was a nice reference to when she did that routine in Mean Girls, You know the Christmas song?
Singing in the car.
That's that thing that she does on Mean Girls. So they did a nice little reference there for the Lindsay Lohan.
I've never seen it with girls, so I missed that one.
Oh, don't worry, Gail. We'll get you on this. You'll watch it on here. Oh,
It's a flick-flop contender, isn't it?
The other thing was your tax return. It sounds more interesting than this film, Gail. Which bits were really interesting? I think a tax return is quite interesting. It's the real juicy bits.
Because by the time I get to the end of doing it, I realise I usually don't have to pay tax because I've not been paid enough.
I love that. Falling for Christmas made you enjoy doing your tax return.
I love that. Gail gets to the end, she gets a ta-da, Merry Christmas. Tax return.
The tax
So
return.
good.
It's just the sort of thing you want to do in the lead up to Christmas, isn't it?
It's just so awful and it's so boring. I keep falling asleep and I've been watching other things on Netflix. Do you know what? Handmaid's Tale, I'd just rather switch that back on. I love that.
Oh my God, isn't that amazing? It just gets better and better, doesn't it? And The White Lotus finished
White
last
Lotus.
night. Wow.
Did you watch the last one?
Yeah, amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Good. I don't know what I'm going to do.
The internet has apparently said, watch when you finish it, go back and watch episode 1 of season 2 again, and it is all kind of in plain sight.
Amazing.
I did that because I don't sleep much. So yeah, I did that last night after I'd watched this. I needed anything. Just anything.
Here's a question for you then, guys. Did Falling for Christmas make you feel Christmassy? Did it make you feel festive?
Oh,
No.
No, me neither.
not in the slightest. At the end, when the credits come up, you know, like when you're watching a fun film, like you've seen, I don't know, comedies, and then there's really funny moments, and you
They
actually
were
laugh.
fake.
There was nothing funny.
They were fake
They were like-
bloopers. I'm sure they were made specially for that end.
I'm just going to say this. When I saw there were bloopers, I turned it off. I was like, I can't even deal with bloopers.
I mean, Ken Barlow kept going, oh, I forgot my lines.
Plot twist, don't want to give too much away, but did one of the characters have a same-sex relationship so that Netflix could put LGBTQ into
Yeah, right at the very end.
You're
Yeah.
so right. Shoehorned in at the end.
I don't want to be that cynical person.
Really uncomfortable. Do you guys not like me?
To be fair, Phil, we have made Gail watch some right old shit.
I feel so bad. Honestly, I did feel really guilty while watching this. I kept thinking,
Gail never gets
We
the
did
like
this
5
before.
stars that me and you were like, it's changed my life and I need to watch it 500 times and I need to tell everyone about it. Gail never gets any of those. Gail gets the like 0 star, what a pile.
we put you through Showgirls. We put you through The Holiday last year. We've got to come up with a good one. I mean, Harold and Maude is the only one I can think of that you liked.
Yeah, well, I love that.
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
We must try harder.
Yeah. What's your favourite Christmas film?
I haven't been thinking about this too much. I've got so many. Gail, you go first.
The Shining.
Yes, that is a Christmas film, isn't it?
The snow.
Yeah.
And there's a, axe wielding, your average Christmas.
Sean wouldn't pick that. Sean hates
Actually,
horror.
Phil, before you decide for me what I would or would not pick, I have chosen Misery as my favourite Christmas film.
All right, that's
I'm
Christmas Eve.
impressed.
We should have a proper night out where we just watch really spooky things.
Gail, 2 years ago, after our Christmas dinner, I made everyone watch Misery, and it was the most brilliant Christmas film ever. Paul, you dirty birdie!
Cock-a-doodie.
You cock-a-doodle. What's yours, Phil?
Okay, so no surprises here that it's going to be a horror film. In fact, can I have two? No. Okay, I'll go for one. I'm going to go for Black Christmas, which came out in 1974, which is such a bleak Christmas film, but for some reason it does feel really Christmassy, because it's like the Dawn Girls at the beginning, they're all drinking and celebrating Christmas. They don't know what's about to happen, but obviously they all start getting bumped off. But it's set in this really creepy house. Have you seen it, Gail?
I haven't. I'm going to watch it tonight. While I'm
So
doing my
need to
tax
see it.
returns again.
Black Christmas, and it stars Margot Kidder from Superman.
Wow.
It
Lois
is
Lane.
Lois Lane herself. I think it was 4 years before Superman. When was Superman? 78?
78.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just before, but I mean, obviously Superman made her an international star, a proper international star, Hollywood star.
What's your other one, Phil?
The other one's Gremlins.
Oh.
'Cause you can't go wrong with Gremlins. I mean, for joy, for fun, because it's
Go
horror
and see
themed.
Till midnight. Don't get them wet. Okay. Woo! Yeah. I did go see them up at Christmas Carol sing-along at the Prince Charles the other night there.
Oh, yeah, and that is great as well.
That was a good, fun night.
Can I also say, if we're throwing things in the hat, I will see Wind in the Wiltons at Wiltons Music Hall this week, which is a remake of Wind in the Willows in a very contemporary London way, and it was fab, and that made me feel like Christmas.
Amazing.
Nice. Was it actually in the Wiltons Hall?
In Wiltons Music Hall, yeah, and it was absolutely delicious and gorgeous and fun, and I'm not gonna lie, I'd had some wine and I had a bit of a glow and the set was really gorgeous. And yeah, that was it. I was like, it's Christmas.
Jealous.
Jealous indeed. Winter Wonderland I did on my own the other day.
Those roller coasters, I didn't even know they were there, because have they always been there?
Always. But if you're going when it's like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then it's just dark enough, then you miss all the crowds coming out after work and everybody being really drunk, and then you can watch me on the roller coaster, because I guess you're not going to go on it, are you?
Oh, I would.
Would you?
Yeah, I love white knuckle rides. Jeremy, my other half, hates them, but I love them.
Well, thank God he's not invited.
That's ruined his Christmas.
Sorry.
So, following for Christmas, then the outcome, I'm predicting it's a big hit for us.
I already phoned my neighbour and said, just don't watch it.
The recommendation from Gail. So, flick or flop?
Flop. Didn't we flop The Holiday last year?
We did.
I can't stand that film.
Is The Holiday worse than this?
This is worse.
This is worse.
Gail still makes me watch some right old rubbish, and I just go, I'll never get this time back.
No, you or us.
Last week, Phil, I watched one brilliant film. Here's my finger on the camera. One brilliant film and one not so brilliant film. And
so ungrateful.
I'm not getting that time back, Phil.
On that note, then, thank you guys. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
He says in his Nick Kershaw fingerless gloves. Always amazing to see Gail and Sean.
I hope I see you in person soon.
Yeah, totally. I'm finishing work this week, and then next week I'm just going to be swishing around. Maybe we should meet up and have a quick go to Bar Italia, have a little coffee.
And thank you everybody for watching. Have an amazing Christmas.
I love the fact you're still recording, Phil.
I am.
We've just sorted our plans out.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
Don't mind us.